played a role in this film. It's a remarkable film, and we're just deeply appreciative. Deeply.
Thank you. I'm very appreciative you're here tonight and all of you here tonight. And, we're happy to answer any questions you might have about the film or some issues as it relates to the work that Aram does. So
I could offer a thought.
okay, yeah, absolutely.
As Armenians, right, folks who experienced genocide, right, around the time of the First World War, this film holds tremendous meaning. To me as an individual, of course, my own family history, but to our entire community. And we've tried for some time to see that our experience, right, somehow contribute to others not experiencing what we had to experience. And that's that somehow this terrible history should serve some useful purpose, right? It's hard to make sense of genocide, but perhaps you can, the lessons of that terrible experience can make the world less susceptible to that crime. So we talk about our history quite a bit. This part of our history that's very current and actually is in this room. And it's in the form of Ambassador John Marshall Evans, who's here. And I'll tell a quick story about Ambassador Evans. Ambassador Evans, remarkable diplomat, served across the globe representing the United States. During his tenure as ambassador to Armenia, he toured U.S. communities and spoke to U.S. citizens about his job and his work and the challenges facing the U.S.-Armenia relationship, the region, all that stuff. And during the course of his lectures in Fresno and in Northern California and elsewhere, he spoke about the Armenian Genocide, which you might think is a normal thing because it's part of history and it's in textbooks and it's really a known case of genocide, except there is apparently a strict U.S. government policy prohibiting our diplomats from speaking truthfully about this crime, and as a result, higher-ups at the State Department made some very ill-advised decisions about the future of Ambassador Evans' career, and eventually he was recalled back to the United States. And the intersection with this film is this, that one of the most eloquent defenses, actually one of the most eloquent treatments of this issue, the Armenian Genocide issue, was by then Senator, now President Barack Obama. And at the time in his office, who was one of his principal advisors? Samantha Power, God bless her, right? And under, rather above Senator Obama's signature, and I would not doubt for a moment that Samantha Power played a role in this letter, Senator Obama wrote to Secretary Rice explaining why this was wrong and why you can't have a policy that calls upon American diplomats to be less than truthful. And that's an untenable policy. Fast forward a few years and you have Senator Obama gets elected President Obama, and the policies that he once protested as being wrong and destructive and contributing to the cycle of genocide, he now presides and in fact enforces those very policies. How can that happen, right? How does that happen? And how can we stop that from happening? And more broadly, obviously much more broadly, how can we kind of develop a political will to do the right thing and not accept the false choice that, well, you can either, think about your national security and think in terms of interests, right? Or you can do the right thing and stand up against genocide. That's a false choice. It's a false choice. We obviously, standing up against genocide is not only the right thing, it's the smart thing to do in this world.